This is not the way things are supposed to be going. We're not supposed to have record high homicides in all basically of the top 25 American cities by population. We're not supposed to have the worst inflation in 40 years. We're not supposed to have 70% of baby formula out of stock. A war raging in Europe still that Biden says things that makes everyone go, oh my gosh, hit the deck. What is he doing? This is not good, Clay.
Civ IQs has a brand new poll out. Just came out, Buck. Approve or disapprove of Joe Biden as president. New low. I believe this is an all-time low for Joe Biden, at least all-time that I have seen. 35% approval rate, 55% disapproval. The things that are interesting the most about this, Buck, to me at least, are he is in so much trouble, meaning Joe Biden, in the states that are going to potentially be deciding this election. In particular, the states in 2024 that they have to be looking at. Here is the approval rating for Joe Biden right now in Arizona. Hello, Phoenix. We're number one in your market. 32% approval rating. Nevada. Hello, Las Vegas. Number one there. 33% approval rating. And how about Georgia, Buck, where you have got Reverend Raphael Warnock trying to hang on against Herschel Walker. We talked a lot about this primary. Joe Biden has a 31% approval rating. 31% approval rating in Georgia. You talk about Georgia, Arizona. You start to look at all these states that are going to decide 2024. I don't see any way that you can elevate Biden to the point where he is competitive, but even worse, all these Senate seats, the toss-ups. This is a unmitigated disaster for Joe Biden that is only getting worse. And the data, one other data point that I wanted to hit you with, what is Joe Biden's approval rating for independent voters, Buck? 23% approval for independent voters right now. Even women, talking about losing space with suburban women, women are usually a strength of the Democrat Party. 40% approval, 48% disapproval for women. Men, 30% approval. Biden's losing on every front right now.
If you look at the Cook political report, there are congressional seats where Biden won by double digits, upwards of sometimes 15, maybe even 17, 18 points, in danger of losing this time around, which is a huge swing, right? I mean, when you're talking about a district that Biden won by 15 points, by almost 20 points, that could go in the other direction. But you look at it and you see that there's also about a 70, I think it's 3/4 of the country thinks we're on the wrong track. Now, obviously, that includes a whole lot of Democrats, but for a fair number of those Democrats, it's not Biden's fault. It's a really hard job. The Republicans are really mean. They stand in the way. And we all know that's just self-justifying nonsense, right? But at least they're aware of the fact this is not the way things are supposed to be going. We're not supposed to have record high homicides in all basically of the top 25 American cities by population. We're not supposed to have the worst inflation in 40 years. We're not supposed to have 70% of baby formula out of stock. A war raging in Europe still that Biden says things that makes everyone go, oh my gosh, hit the deck. What is he doing? This is not good, Clay. Even the Democrats know it's not good.
And by the way, even for black voters in this 65% approval, you may say, well, that's high. Obama was 95, right? Like basically every black voter was going to have Obama's back no matter what. When a Democrat president is down to 65% approval in black voters, I mean, if 20% of black voters voted Republican, the Democrat Party collapses. It doesn't work. And so these numbers have to be setting off alarm bells, which is why the big discussion not only is about what's going to happen in the midterms, it's really, Buck, about when will Joe Biden announce whether he's going to run for re-election. And I'm laughing because I can't imagine a weaker incumbent in any of our lives than what Joe Biden is likely to be facing if he decides to run.
Only the mercy rule is acceptable, Clay. The mercy rule. I want kids in the dugout crying on the Democrat side.